In international waters, anything can happen.
Please objectify everyone equally.
They just want your bits.
Not only does she make a good upside-down cake, she makes a good upside-down mate.
Your grandfather, back in the day, built this entire house out of brick cheese. Look at our mannequins! ...
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
Yeah! Podcast!
Welcome aboard the good ship, Sushi Jackknife. I'll be your hostess.
Are there hostesses on ships?
Sandy. Yeah.
Sandy the hostess?
Sandy.
That would be the name of a ship's hostess.
Right? Sandy the hostess.
There aren't a lot of other professions Sandy can go into.
That's true. Sandy's had a hard life. Sandy drowns herself in a bottle of, cotton candy flavored vodka.
Oh, I was going to say Sambuca, but that works too.
Sambuca would also work.
Something that stains the mouth.
Yeah.
Something weird.
What else stain? Like she mixes a packet of Kool-Aid without sugar.
It's her favorite cocktail.
Yeah.
Just throw some cherry Kool-Aid in that vodka. Go to town.
And she doesn't have a spoon. She just takes her finger, her index finger, and so her finger is stained red.
Why, Sandy? Why?
God damn it. Get some help, Sandy.
Why?
You're successful. You've had a life.
Yeah, she's still the hostess.
No, I was talking about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
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 Sandy should take advice from me.
Clearly.
She's been on the same ship for 20 years. She's not even the lead hostess.
It's like Love Boat, but ours is called Fuck Boat. And there's no love involved.
It's like the hedonism resort,
Right.
but on the sea. Because in international waters, anything goes.
It's a fuck boat. There's no two ways to slice it. Unless you have three people, then you can slice it multiple ways.
I do feel like the slogan for that would be, in international waters, anything can happen. ...
Ellipses. If there's an ellipses involved, I feel like every adult store, and there are quite a few in our neighborhood, like Jackie's Under Closet, I think is one of them or something.
Sure.
I feel like it should have an ellipses at the end. Jackie's Under ... Closet.
Well, you know how downtown there's the Hustler store?
Yes.
And on the side, it has like a list of things they sell, like they do at pharmacies where it's like, we have medicine.
And socks.
It's like that where it says books, DVDs, lingerie. I feel like the last one should just be the ellipses.
Yeah.
Like,
Fill in the blank.
You know why people are coming in here, not for books. Never for books.
Can you imagine the person that wanders in there looking for like a novel? And like, I heard that J.K. Rowling wrote this other book, and I thought you might have it. Oh.
It's kind of like J.K. Rowling.
What sort of clothing do you have here? The guy points and he's like, well, over there is latex, and that's leather.
Are you allergic to latex or synthetics? You don't want to be here then.
And she's asphyxiating. She can't handle.
Oh.
What? Wow.
I've always thought that was a weird placement for that store.
It's on Church Street.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like right there next to everything.
It is, yeah.
Like you're getting on the highway. You're coming home from a nice, wholesome night of seeing whoever play at the Ryman. Some bluegrass band play at the Ryman. They probably ended with I'll Fly Away. And you're getting on the highway to go home, and it's just, Hustler! Look at our mannequins!
And there's nothing sexy about that store at all. It's like,
well, it screams STD.
well, yeah, and everything they can put in the window is like literally a latex neon nurse's outfit, and you're like, who has this fantasy anymore?
You kind of feel bad for the mannequin.
Yeah,
They could do better for you.
You don't have to be so trashy, mannequin. Like,
what has happened? Who hurt you, mannequin?
I mean, I know you
Who
don't
hurt
have
you.
You don't have a real head, but get a head.
I guess that's really the only job you can have if you're only a body, is being objectified by people.
Yeah, that's true. I think so.
They can't admire you for your thoughts or your brain because it's gone. You're just a plastic body. They just want your bits.
Who they happen to make busty for some reason. Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. You also don't really have all your toes. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be refreshing to drive by the Hustler store one day and see a mannequin that was just like a boxy figure.
Yes.
Just a normal looking person.
Yeah.
Just, very, very boxy. Probably has a few pounds because of the holiday season.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
it would feel good.
There's nothing I mean, are we starting a campaign right now for regular sized mannequins? Yeah.
Your stores, sir, they disgust me. Why are you only objectifying skinny women?
Please objectify everyone equally. I mean, really, in a way. I don't know. I'm kind of picturing that it would be fun if you drove by there one day and it's like mannequin, sex mannequin, nurse mannequin, kitten mannequin, which is weird to me. And then this lady named Patty, and then a few more mannequins, and she's just sitting there in a long blue dress, reading a book all day, and she just happens to hold a dildo in one of her hands.
She looks like she buys her khakis at Costco.
Right. That's right, yeah. And then hems them at home. Yeah. She's knitting, but between her feet is a phallus.
She may not be as sexually arousing to the people that drive by, but you can look at her and know, hey, she makes a good upside down cake.
Yeah.
She looks like the person who would make a good dessert.
She does. Not only does she make a good upside down cake, she makes a good upside down mate. Ellipses.
Larry Flint, get on it.
Have we said welcome back to them?
No, I don't think so.
We've been gone for a minute. We've had, it was turkey and...
Yeah, I ate turkey. I made desserts for Thanksgiving.
Did you make slutty brownies?
I made slutty brownies.
Did you and take them to your family?
Yeah, so I made slutty brownies to take to my parents' house for Thanksgiving, but I can't tell them what they are. And there's not another. It ended up being like me saying it's brownies, but with cookie on the bottom of them.
These are Jezebel brownies for the Bible crowd.
Yeah, you don't just walk into. Well, I don't just walk into Thanksgiving and go, slutty brownies are here.
They're extra whorish. I mean, that's what you said before.
I got the slutty snacks.
I feel like, a great skit would be like a church potluck, but everything is themed, So you bring desserts and one is Sodom and one is Gomorrah. And it's just
Those are probably one of the tastier desserts at that.
The sluttiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everyone else brings angel food cake.
I don't know what Sodom is. I don't know if you have if you take the term sodomized to another level.
There's probably a lot of fire involved.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. One's and you have a pillar of salt to go with them. Yeah.
So I made the slutty brownies, and then I made my apple butter pie.
That sounds good.
Which I had experimented with our neighborhood fall festival, putting it in the pie competition, and it was declared by one of the judges to be weird but good.
Oh,
so that's what you want right there is weird but good.
It's Daddy's favorite.
Colby Sledge judged it.
Oh,
I can't trust a thing he says. He's a politician.
Making a repeat. Wow, go all the way back to goddamn. Is it episode 10?
Yeah, the sledgehammer.
The sledgehammer. Yeah.
He tasted it and said the crust is good, which I feel like was his diplomatic way of saying I don't want to eat this pie.
Did you talk to him at all?
No.
At one point we wanted to get him on. He's our local. He's like our district. What the fuck is he? He's on the
city council.
City councilman.
Is that it?
He's our city council person for our district.
Yeah, he shows up at all the things like that, but that's not a good person to pick to judge a competition.
Yeah, he has to be diplomatic.
Yeah. And then the other judge was a 10-year-old boy, and he said it's good. So that was high praise. That's high praise right there. He did not say the same thing about a couple pies later.
We need to assemble a panel for this pie competition of judges. That's like the drunk, the local asshole, the guy that smells weird, and like the girl that no one likes.
I think that Ron.
Oh yeah, he'd be great.
Our local neighborhood storyteller.
He's a storyteller.
Would be a great choice. The downside would be that the pie competition would take 4.5 hours.
And he would tell the truth.
Yeah. Oh, no, he'd tell the truth, which is what you want. Yeah, that's right. I would love to hear what he thought about my pie.
So speaking of holiday food, I brought this. This is the Swiss Colony catalog.
Okay, what is that?
Holiday 2017. You don't know about the Swiss Colony?
I know what the words are.
Have you ever asked yourself where all the summer sausage comes from around the holidays?
You know what? I haven't.
Well, this is where it comes from.
I usually just laugh because at the store they have a big one called a yardo beef.
Oh, boy. I was going to bring up the beef log. You can literally buy a beef log from the Swiss Colony. And so what happened was last year, metaphors. Last year, this is how they get you. My son, someone gave us a box of I think they were Buckeyes.
Okay.
From the Swiss Colony.
Okay.
And I ate them all. And I was supposed to save some for my child.
Uh-oh.
And I did not. And so
Did he know they existed?
Yes. He was pissed. I spent $35 getting another tin of Buckeyes, which contained approximately 25 Buckeyes. I had mail ordered them. And now the Swiss Colony is offering me to charge up to $400 in credit.
That's a lot of cherry cordials you can get there.
Cherry cordials, little weenies, the mustard to go with, pretzels, popcorn, things that have cardinals on them, you know?
Do they all come in a tin?
They do.
Do they have the tin of popcorn with the dividers so you get the 3 flavors of popcorn?
That's totally their speed, yeah. Yeah.
Because that's my jam right
there.
They
also have they also have comments from satisfied customers. Betty from Bakersfield, California, gave them 5 stars. She says, "This is the best cheese and sausage I have ever eaten. I would recommend this to all ellipses, and we'll be getting more."
Huh? What goes in that gap there? Interesting.
I think I'm not sure. I want to know what Betty does with all that.
So that's just the cheese and sausage. What about just the sausage in general?
Oh yeah. Well, this is. It's funny you ask. Here's the 5 sausage gift. It is a. It is a extra smoky. No, I'm sorry. It's a beef log, a summer sausage, another beef log, a garlic flavored beef log, and wait, hang on to your socks. An extra smoky beef log. You can get all that, Nathan. That's gift AB605, by the way.
AB605.
You can get that for $21.99.
That's a lot of beef.
That's a lot of sausage.
You know, if you went to go buy that much beef at the grocery store in non-preserved form, that would be probably $30.
They would laugh you out of the store. I don't know if you've ever...
No person can handle that much.
I don't know if you've ever talked to a butcher before.
What are you saying? Direct. You want it 50 lean, 50 fat? We can't do that.
You get out of here. Don't you ever come to Kroger again. You son of a bitch.
I feel like this catalog is mostly just a way to thin out the herd a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got a great deal on beef logs. Eat as many as you can.
Can I show you Gift AB 2201?
Yeah.
This is your all-time favorites, Nathan.
Okay. What?
You can get all this.
Uh-huh.
You can get all this. It takes a whole page, $129.99.
All right, let's see what we got
I
here.
could get 3 of those with my current credit limit.
Well, the second word in this description is mammoth, so that's a great start.
There's mammoth? That's why it's so expensive. You can eat mammoth.
Let's see. Legendary sausages and cheese.
Oh, boy.
Coffee. Hand-decorated treats from our bakery and candy kitchen.
They're bakeries in the Philippines.
Incredible spreadables. Restricted. You can't say spreadables. They have that copyrighted.
That's a little
Incredible
R.
spreadables.
You can't say that. Restricted.
So any other company out there
boy.
thinking, what rhymes with incredible? I know. Spreadable. Nope.
That's what
That rhyme has been restricted.
for the holidays. That's what's on the side of the Hustler store. ...
Incredible spreadables.
Oh, boy.
Fruit spreads and lots more. Wait! That's not all!
You're kidding.
You get a free tin of mini butter toffee.
Oh, fuck. But
10 pounds, 9 ounces of garbage? What? I am worried about anyone who buys this.
Yeah.
What are they doing with their life?
You know, I don't know. There's teriyaki sauce in this, which I don't understand. There's barbecue sauce. What the
Are those the
fuck
spreadables?
is happening? I don't know if that's spreadable. I don't want to put that out there.
We may be legally
Yeah.
in trouble if we do that.
Cheese that has bacon in it, like
Because cheese wasn't bad enough for you.
right.
And do we know in this cheese that they sell, is it actual cheese?
I don't think so, because you can get something called brick cheese, which
Oh, I love a good French brick cheese.
you know, my house was made. We didn't have a lot back in those days. All we had was the Swiss Colony catalog. And so I've just switched accents about 4 times.
Your grandfather, back in the day, built this entire house out of brick cheese.
And our roof was made of ham.
The thing I love about this is because you ate all of the Buckeyes, you are now going to have this catalog thrust upon you annually until you die. And even then, your child will probably be getting the catalog in your name for years after that.
It's true. Well, imagine if I actually take them up on their credit limit. I purchased, this is Sandra from New York, New York. New York. Why are you buying... I'm sorry. You have access to everything in the fucking world.
Not spreadables. The incredible spreadables are only available here. You can get other things to spread, but they're not incredible.
From the Swiss Colony.
They're just spreadable.
But Sandra bought a ham. I purchased the spiral sliced ham for my New Year's celebration. No one came. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
My family... cats and I loved it.
She just opens it and the cat spouts. My family and friends are still talking about this ham. I doubt that.
Well,
Sandra.
They might be. There's a good chance that her family and friends are sitting around going, "What? You remember that ham for the New Year's party? Who has a ham at a New Year's party? New Year's parties are for light snacks. You don't want a ham." Let's not go to her house this year. That's
I've
weird.
never tasted a ham like this ever. I will be purchasing one for each holiday. St. Patrick's Day, President's Day.
The Arbor Day ham was the best.
This ham is number 1 in my book.
How many hams has she tried?
Well, she's lying. She's never. Her book is self-published. It's bullshit.
And now that I know that she bought ham, there really is no excuse, because I bet there are at least a dozen places in the city of New York to buy a ham.
Fucking A. Like, you could probably get the best fucking ham ever.
You can probably just walk out on the street in New York and go, ham! And someone throws one to you.
There's probably a cart for that. And this lady paid $60 for a ham that they mailed to her.
Does that include shipping?
Oh, yeah. No, actually, I don't think so.
So she paid $60 plus shipping for a ham.
The beef log is a customer favorite. Give the famous taste of beef log restricted. Beef log is restricted in your choice of regular or large party size. You can get a large beef log. You can also get a beef log restricted gift combo. 3 beef log restricted. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Has anyone ever eaten any sort of like summer sausage or anything and when they were done thought that was a good idea? I feel good about that decision.
I mean, look, I've eaten a fair amount of this bullshit in my life, as we all have.
Okay.
And I've always wondered how old it was, like when I got it, because it all tastes like age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just
feels like it came out of the mothballs and then you ate it and your face was immediately greasy.
Right.
Immediately.
They sell salmon?
Like cured salmon, I'm assuming.
Peppered? I don't fucking know. Like, that's alarming to me.
Anyone in New York who is buying cured salmon out of a catalog.
Again.
Don't do that.
Again. Well, these little layer cakes do look good, though. I will say that.
Well, I'm sure a lot of it is good.
Vanilla. I order these every year and send to family members all over the U.S. It's a tradition, and the cakes are superb.
That's a really dumb tradition.
A customer from Chinook, Kansas.
Chanute?
Chanute.
You
know where Chanute is?
Vaguely. I've driven through Chanute.
As typical.
I was not given any sort of mail order cake. Not that I'm mad about it, but
I think it's.
I don't go back to Chanute.
Is it typical for someone from Chanute, Kansas, to be anonymous?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Really, they should just change the city name to anonymous.
Okay, that's all I got for the fucking Swiss Colony catalog.
So are you ordering anything this year?
I might have to get
a beef log.
A fucking beef log, dude.
Like, oh, man.
I remember, this might have been the worst thing I ever did. It was like, I think we might have been snowed in. There were a few times in Georgia where we got snowed in. Because we were in the middle of nowhere, and people in the South don't know what to do with snow.
Yeah.
This has been established.
There's 1 inch, you get snowed in.
Yeah, we were snowed in.
Yeah.
We would have called it an ice storm. It was more to do about the ice.
Right.
So we're snowed in. We're cooking off of like a propane grill because we don't have power. We didn't have power for like 10 days. And I'm pretty confident that at some point during that period, my folks were still going to work somehow, but I was out of school. I was just at home.
Okay.
Tending the fire, as it were, right? And I'm pretty sure...
How old were you when you're left at home with a fire?
Oh, like 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at fire appropriate age.
Yeah.
It's not like 5-year-old Justin stoking a fire going, I hope this thing doesn't go out. I'm going to freeze to death if it does.
That reminds me of the beginning of fucking Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Like, that room that his grandparents live in is the saddest place ever.
It really is.
They're just smelling each other's fucking feet all day. Because they... Yeah, anyway.
I would, if I had been Charlie, I would have spent all of my time running through the streets like he does.
Oh, yeah.
Just to get out of that room.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. I mean,
want to be there.
It's so depressing. 2 couples of opposing families.
Yeah.
Like share a bed.
Yeah.
And they're all decrepit.
And then it turns out that the grandpa can actually walk.
Yeah.
So he was just like in the bed.
He's just being a shit.
Just hanging out. He didn't need wheeled through the factory. Just jumped up, walked through it.
Making everybody all sad.
Didn't even act like his muscle mass had gone down from spending years in his bed.
I think that literally they weren't sick. They were just all very depressed. I think that was established in that film.
Oh, I can't even get out of bed.
And then they get the golden... They just needed one thing to turn them around.
There we go.
You know?
When he came back, are the beds gone then? Or do they still have to have
No.
the beds in
The other 3 are still in the bed. And the most you get out of them is like, yay!
We're so proud of you. Yay. Please end it all.
Do you have enough money to kill us now? 'Cause I've got a golden ticket. I've got a golden chance to make my way. It's a creepy ass movie, dude.
It really is.
So I watched. Do you have anything we need to get to?
No.
Okay, good.
No. It's the holidays.
It's the holidays.
Do you know how much preparation I did for this show? I lived life. That's about it.
And you brought those memories with you here?
Mm-hmm. They're here today.
No, I understand. So, just came out on Netflix.
Okay.
I watched this fascinating little, I guess you call it a documentary, called Jim and Andy.
I haven't watched this yet, but I want to.
So good.
Am I going to lose my mind watching it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are. I don't know if anyone out there remembers a little film called, it was called Man on the Moon, right?
Yeah.
About Andy Kaufman.
Jim Carrey.
Portraying, yeah.
And if you don't know who Andy Kaufman is and you haven't seen that movie, quick way to explain it, Andy Kaufman was a lunatic. Moving on.
But a brilliant, he was a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
He was a brilliant guy.
Yeah. A brilliant lunatic.
Yeah. I mean, he was like into this kind of comedy that was very much about like breaking the fourth wall with people. And
It was not comedy in any way.
staying in
comedy.
character,
Yeah.
like regardless of what was happening.
Purposefully going up and bombing on stage
Yes.
regularly just
Yes.
for fun.
But he was also on SNL. He was also on Taxi
Yeah.
for years and years and years. So he was beloved in some sense, and then he sort of turned all that on his head. He had a couple characters. He had the foreign man who was like who he was playing on Taxi, right? Thank you very much. All that kind of thing. And he had, and later on he does this other character. Is it Tony Clifton? Is that right? Have I got that right?
Whoa. Tony Clifton's not a character.
You're right. He's another person.
He's a completely different person who happens to never be in the same room
as Andy Kaufman and doesn't want to talk about Andy Kaufman.
Right.
So sometimes Andy Kaufman would book a gig and Tony Clifton would show up, who is a sort of a washed up singer who talks like this and sings like I've gotta be me.
The worst lounge singer that ever existed.
Yes, he's the worst, and he's like belligerently drunk. A complete fucking pig towards women and everyone else, and just calling people out on stage, like purposefully having the worst show you can imagine going to. And sometimes that was Andy playing, and sometimes it was his friend playing Tony.
But not really, because Andy was never
That's
Tony
correct.
Clifton.
Yeah. So, and then Andy Kaufman, sort of leaves that period, and he starts to wrestle women.
Yeah.
As himself.
Went into women wrestling.
As
one does.
And then he got into this thing, parlaying the wrestling bit. Something about wrestling attracts. Like after we talked about Billy Corgan last time.
Yeah.
I've since learned that he's somehow involved in professional wrestling now.
He at one point, I don't know if he was the owner, but he was like the CEO of a but semi-professional wrestling organization.
That is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He thinks they're lizard people. Really, the wrestling thing is like low on the things that are weird about him.
Ellipses. So this episode is called ... right? This is ...
Yeah.
So Andy does his wrestling bit, which he sort of parlays into a feud with a real wrestler, Jerry Lawler, who may or may not have been in on things, and who like may or may not have actually injured Andy Kaufman in a bit. Then he gets cancer and dies. That's
the cheery
sort
part
of the arc of Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant guy who is constantly turning things on his head, as you said. It was some would say a bit of a lunatic.
Yeah,
so
definitely a lunatic.
Okay, Jim Carrey admired him, I think, to a certain extent.
Yeah,
he admired a lot
and
of
it's
people.
very much like if you look at early Jim Carrey stuff he did, he did like the funny version of Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Like there were actual jokes involved in what he did, but
yeah.
But that's the main difference.
Yeah.
It was all weird character work.
And watch this movie, by the way. Go watch Man on the Moon before you watch Jim and Andy, because you'll have no fucking context for what's going on. And Man on the Moon's a good movie. And
it's a great,
very good movie.
Yeah.
And if you, who else is in it? Courtney Love is in it. Who's the guy who always plays?
Danny DeVito plays himself.
Danny DeVito is in it. No.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Not well,
because he was in Taxi.
He was in Taxi. Yes, he does play himself in Taxi.
But who else was in it?
Who's the guy? Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying.
That's
to
it.
Paul Giamatti. So I think I would watch just about anything that Paul Giamatti is in. Maybe not Spy Kids, but like everything.
Oh no,
else.
I'd watch Spy Kids. I can't actually think of a franchise about spies that's better than Spy Kids.
Okay, let's table that.
Not one franchise.
We'll loop back around. So this movie, Jim and Andy, I'm not going to ruin anything for you. There's really nothing to ruin. There's no plot per se. Is composed of footage, behind the scenes footage, shot during the making of Man on the Moon. And Jim Carrey, as you might imagine, stayed in character the entire time. So naturally, everyone called him Andy. The director, who was this I think Oscar-winning director, was pulling his hair out because he didn't know if Andy was going to show up, Jim was going to show up, or Tony Clifton was going to show up on set. And Jim Carrey as Andy Kaufman or whoever he was playing treated the relationships with the people in the film like it was real. So the guy playing his father in the film, he's having these emotional conversations or these fights with his father. He goes so far as to actually meet, they come to the set, the actual family of Andy Kaufman, and they have these almost like therapy, like role play therapy moments where they get to talk to bizarre. Andy. Yeah. So he totally inhabits, for the length of this movie, or the production or whatever, Andy Kaufman. So we're seeing all this footage. The studio shelved it for a decade because they didn't want it to get. They didn't want people to think that Jim Carrey was an asshole.
Can you imagine if they had put that out at the same time, or within 6 months of Man on the Moon?
Fantastic.
People would have lost their minds. Yeah, because at that point too, it's a little bit different now because Jim Carrey has gone into this whole thing where he's a very zen person. He's stopped acting a lot and does more paintings and things of that nature. So he's not the lovable liar scamp that he was back in that day.
Right. Yeah. Well,
now it seems normal.
And now it seems normal.
Back then you would have been like, whoa.
Hang on a minute.
Wait. Jim Carrey's a method actor? Wait, he did what method acting?
So, if you're interested in Jim Carrey, this is great too, because what you get is Jim Carrey in a new interview reflecting on the experience of making this movie, right? And then you see behind the scenes footage. So, and you get a lot of that. You get that sort of Zen guy that you're talking about, and a guy who explains how his career got started as well, right? And I have to say he has some kind of fascinating / great things to say about sort of reaching your goals. It's in a way a movie, a documentary, whatever, kind of about how to live. Well, and in a certain extent.
That's what he's very into lately.
Yeah,
I saw an interview with him a while back. It was a month or two ago that some website had interviewed him, and he was just talking about how during his entire career, it was Jim Carrey playing the character of Jim Carrey everywhere he went.
Yes, exactly.
And so now he's gotten to a point where he doesn't want to be Jim Carrey anymore. He just wants to be himself.
Right.
And so now he spends a lot of time painting these huge
Is
paintings.
That what he's doing? Okay.
Yeah, they show him painting these. They're very modern, avant-garde type of paintings, as you would expect from him.
Yeah.
It would be really weird if the truth that he had found was he loves to go out and just paint bridges.
Yeah, right.
He's just cruising around painting covered bridges everywhere.
God.
But yeah, so he's talking about leaving all that behind, and you don't have to try to be someone else. And
yeah,
it's very different from from
Mask
Ace Ventura.
or Ace Ventura, right? And
he didn't talk out of his butt one time during that interview.
And you get exactly what you're talking about, that philosophical stuff. You get that in this. So if you're interested in that, I mean, I would recommend watching it. I think a person like an Andy Kaufman is really fascinating.
Yeah.
As an artist, even if it's not funny or whatever, it's as an art form kind of thing, right? And then I think a guy like Jim Carrey, like I grew up kind of watching his, like I used to fall asleep to The Mask.
Okay.
Like I had 3 VHS tapes. This is going to date me a lot. I had Trainspotting.
Okay.
I had Boondock Saints. And I had The Mask.
How old were you at this point?
Oh, I don't know, 9. No, I was like 15 plus probably.
So still old enough to stoke the fire.
Yeah, I could stoke the fire. Yeah,
not a 7-year-old falling asleep to Boondock Saints,
which is a little intense. Yeah, and I mean, if it wasn't that, it was reruns of Seinfeld, which were on Antenna. We could pick that up.
I still watch those.
Oh, so good, so good. Or the other thing I would watch is The Outer Limits. Did you ever watch The Outer Limits?
No,
but sometimes
I only like Inner Limits.
Yeah.
The outer ones are just too bad.
It's too hard to keep score. So yeah, I would recommend watching that, and I would also recommend if you've never heard the REM song "Man on the Moon" from Automatic for the People, which is an amazing record. Go listen to that. It's about Andy Kaufman. I'm sure you've heard it. It's a hugely popular song. And then for the film, they wrote another song called "The Great Beyond," which is also a really good song. So check that out.
Is it about the outer limits?
I don't think specifically, though. Now I kind of want to go write a song about the outer limits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see you later.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. No. It's on the queue. It's on the queue.
It's on the queue.
Yeah. It's on the queue already.
You should watch it.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch things in my house nowadays. So
it's hard to watch things at all.
I know I've talked about this already on this podcast, but having a child really limits what I'm allowed to watch.
Indeed, it does.
And I have a feeling that does not slip into my kid probably should be watching Jim Carrey turn into a lunatic to play a lunatic. Like, I don't think that's probably okay.
Smoking a lot.
Yeah. I don't want to have to answer questions when he gets older. He's now starting to register things.
Yes.
He spent all day today. He learned what sound sheep make.
Oh.
But he doesn't understand the B part of it very well. So it was just all day, excuse me, I have to step back from the microphone for this.
Okay.
Going, Gah! 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 Which is close. I don't want him doing any of Andy Kaufman's bits at full volume in my house.
Here I come to save the... Ah!
It sounds like, based on that my child is Gilbert Gottfried.
Wasn't there a thing where Gilbert Gottfried played a baby head? Yeah, probably. I think there was a thing. I don't know what that thing was, but there was a thing.
Can you imagine how terrifying that would be?
It was terrifying.
Just imagine giving birth to a baby Gilbert Gottfried. And he just comes out, ah! Ah! It's light in here! That's not what you want.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. That would be scary.
Yeah.
Well, so I watched another film.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a film called Sorcerer?
No.
Well,
I have a feeling I'm going to make fun of you for this one.
No.
Immediately, I have decided this.
It doesn't have much to do with sorcery, if at all. You familiar with the works of William Friedkin? He did The Exorcist. He did The French Connection.
No.
He's a very good director.
Okay.
So, pardon me while I search Gilbert Gottfried baby. G-O-T-T.
You know, at this point, everyone has paused the podcast to go find that.
Well, that's why I thought I would help them. So, this movie, Sorcerer, is about these guys that the basic premise is they're all bad people. They end up in the same place. And in order to get out of this place, which is sort of a horrible purgatory / hell scenario, which is basically Chile in the 70s, probably pretty bad.
Yeah.
In order to get out, they take a job driving nitroglycerin through the jungle.
As one does.
And if they jostle the trucks too much, it will explode and kill them.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the premise.
So
it's very realistic and dark and very good.
So the entire movie
Yeah.
is a movie about people driving in a truck.
Yeah.
At 2 to 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Because you can't go faster than that. You don't want to jostle.
Yeah.
In any faster than, I'll say 5,
Yeah.
is an irresponsible decision.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But it's much
They
more...
drove faster than that, didn't they?
Yeah, it's much more exciting than that.
Is there a lot of drama in the movie?
A lot of drama.
Do you know how they could have cut down on that drama? 5 miles an hour.
Guess how many bridges are in this movie?
I would guess exclusively bridges.
There's a lot of bridges, actually.
No roads, just bridges.
They do that. Would you mind jumping out of the window? Okay, sure, Mr. Principal. Out they go.
I don't know what I'm remembering, but it doesn't seem to exist on the internet.
Well, it should.
I have a very strong memory of a baby carriage. Mm-hmm. A person looks down into the baby carriage, and instead of a regular baby, there is Gilbert Gottfried's head, tiny hands, tiny feet. And he's going, rah, rah, rah. He's doing the thing that you just heard him do.
Right. Does he have the most grating voice in the history of
voices
entertainers?
I think probably, yeah.
I mean, I want to say no because I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. Yeah.
I find him funny.
He's a likable guy.
But I can't come up with anyone who has a more grating voice.
No. He also has a deep knowledge of classic films.
Maybe Taylor Swift.
Oh, come on now.
No, because she's a garbage person, I don't like her.
Well,
her voice is grating to me.
But you're not being objective.
No, I'm being very objective. I objectively dislike Taylor Swift.
Oh boy.
She has a new album out.
So I've heard.
And everywhere I go, there is a display featuring her face and a cardboard cutout with these albums. And every time, you know what I want to do? Just kick it over. But then I remember that some minimum wage worker would have to clean it up, and I don't do it.
Well, that's nice of you. I honestly don't understand all the ire for T Swift. I really don't.
It's because she's... Okay. Let me go through my entire feud with Taylor Swift.
Can I just caveat real quick?
Yeah.
The Swiss Colony?
Yeah.
Each price already includes discounted shipping and processing.
Discounted shipping.
They call it the delivered price.
Oh. Yeah. I bet Taylor Swift buys all this stuff and just throws it in the garbage because she can.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So my dislike of Taylor Swift started very early when she was still a country singer. Those who can't see me should know that tone of voice means I'm air quoting country singer.
Yeah.
Nothing she did was country. It was pop music where she played an acoustic and someone else played a slide guitar in the background. That doesn't make it country music.
I'm nodding. This is me audibly nodding. Yeah.
So then, her last album, I already was very opposed to her. And I also don't like the whole every song she writes is about an ex-boyfriend, but she's like, I'm not going to tell you who it is. Yeah, okay, well, don't do it then.
You're so coy.
So then her last album, she's like, I'm not going to be country anymore. I'm going to be pop. And she wrote the exact same garbage she had been writing when she was country. Which, it was pop music, but pop music that wasn't as good as the rest of the pop music. And so then she starts winning Grammys because everyone's like, well, look, she went pop, which she didn't change her genre, and she's worse than everyone else. So I don't know how that happened. And now she, I don't know if you've seen the pictures on the album or anything.
Yeah.
Now she's dark brooding, Taylor Swift. I'm brooding.
I like brooding.
Man, you've sold like 800 billion albums. You have nothing to brood about.
That's true. Can I just tell you, as you've been talking, I've learned also from the Swiss Colony, we could get ourselves a dragon knife, $24.95. We could get ourselves
wait.
It's for chopping dragons.
You're going to just say dragon knife and move on and not explain.
Yeah.
Does it have a dragon handle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it green? What color is the dragon?
Silver and red. Silver and red.
Yeah. Sounds luxurious.
It's attractive.
You know what? Every steak knife in Taylor Swift's house, dragon knife. Every one of them. She shops exclusively at Swiss Colony.
You know how a lot of people in their house, they have live, laugh, love written on their wall? She just has ellipses. Whatever. So we could get ourselves a dragon knife. We could get ourselves an ugly sweater tort.
Okay.
Ugly sweater cookies.
Now, what makes them ugly?
A pair of mucklucks.
A muckluck?
That sounds pretty fucking offensive, if you ask me.
I'm fairly certain that that's something that they said in old westerns that you can't say in modern day westerns.
Muckluck.
There's a bunch of mucklucks over that hill.
We're gonna murder them now because we're white people.
This is all ours.
We could get ourselves a personalized sign that says like Sushi Jackknife's beer removal service for our man cave that we share
for our man
because we're gay.
Yeah. You have you started calling the basement your man cave?
I just call it my asshole.
Taylor Swift
is
the type of person who probably has a crafting corner in her house that she calls her woman cave because men shouldn't be the only ones who get to have caves.
Well, women have vaginas. They have a built-in cave. That's offensive.
That's her lady cave?
That's offensive. That's offensive.
I mean, it's Taylor Swift. You can say whatever you want about her. She's just going to write a song about you eventually.
Nathan, we could also get ourselves a 7-piece, hand-painted, mini flying pig set. Yep, you heard it here. That's gift, excuse me.
Do they actually fly?
RB 754386, $17.99, 7-piece, hand-painted glass pigs with glittery wings.
That actually fly?
I'm assuming.
So the question I have here...
They fly right into your heart, yeah.
...is knowing that Taylor Swift writes songs about all of her boyfriends and ex-boyfriends, and that she's clearly an obnoxious person to be around. Just looking at her, you can see she's an obnoxious person to be around. Just a pure garbage human being to be around. Why do people keep dating her?
You know the answer to that.
But she's a garbage person who's going to write a song about you and make money off of your pain and suffering.
Garbage people like garbage people. Come on. Now, I don't want to distract you. We could also get ourselves a couple Dreamcatcher sweatshirts and this box with wolves that are snuggling. Look at that. Look at that. Now, how often do you see that in the wild?
That's actually totes adorbs.
Yeah. A couple of snuggly wolves.
That is one of the most adorable things I've seen in this catalog.
That's by artist Lisa Parker. Now, if you pan down in that image, you'll see that what they're laying in is a recently deceased moose carcass. There's intestines and blood everywhere. That's why they look so goddamn happy, because they just ate a load of moose.
That's less adorable.
Yeah, Lisa Parker, she's breaking walls down.
Fun fact. Taylor Swift just sits around in moose carcass constantly. God damn it. There is an entire page here of people who have dated Taylor Swift that she has written songs about.
Oh, boy.
Joe Jonas, Taylor Lautner, John Mayer, Jake Gyllenhaal. Why? Why all these people? They can do better.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
He could do better.
His sister. Well, that's wrong. But yes.
Tom Hiddleston. I'm not even sure what a Tom Hiddleston is.
Well, he's Loki. He's Loki. Women love him.
I don't know what Loki is.
Women love him.
Are we talking about Greek mythology Loki?
Well, like in the Marvel stuff.
Haven't watched it.
Well, he's Loki.
I'm assuming in the Thor movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be weird if Loki was in Captain America.
That would be. I just realized.
Yeah.
By the way.
Welcome to America's Holiday Bakery, the Swiss Colony in Monroe, Wisconsin.
Today,
we have a real treat for you. We're hard at work creating our handcrafted, hand-decorated snowman Yule logs. This delicious winter wonder starts from ingredients we carefully combine in a large mixer.
I don't like this at all.
The batter is blended and poured onto a hot metal band oven. The 60-foot-long band begins baking the batter in one continuous sheet. The cakes are then cut to the size of standard baking pans. While the cake layers are baking, we whip up fluffy chocolate buttercream in a large blender. As each fresh cake comes down the line, it's carefully placed in its own baking pan. The cakes have cooled to room temperature by now, and we're ready to move on to the next step.
This is just a little interlude for you guys.
Buttercream.
Ooh, buttercream.
At this stage,
that comes out in a
we
sheet.
Spread out the buttercream by hand to make it smooth and even. That's because the cake will now be rolled into a classic bûche de Noël or Yule log.
Oh, they waste so much fucking frosting.
It takes human hands to roll these cakes
of course.
just right.
Human hands.
For 48 hours to keep their round shape. After that,
none of those were round. By the
hand.
way, they were all lopsided as
A
fuck.
powerful machine cutter might crush or smash the delicate circles of swirls. One final seal of chocolate buttercream goes on before we cover each Yule log in our sweet Swiss cream confection.
Oh,
this
boy.
step is called enrobing. Each cake that rolls slowly through the fountain of luscious Swiss cream has already been worked on by at least 7 different bakers. As the cakes roll off the enrober, we carefully inspect and cover any remaining gaps by hand so that the cake and buttercream inside will stay fresh. Now it's time to dress our snowman for winter. A scarf and a cap, and of course a happy snowman smile.
That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, of course.
So they're showing their employees through the factory, through that whole little video, that vignette. Let's call it a vignette. Let's dress it up a little bit. I've never seen more depressed people in my entire life.
Well, I mean,
I've been inside like a chicken processing plant, and they were happier.
in the chicken processing plant, they were happier.
Yeah. That's a lie. I've never been inside. I just imagined it a lot.
Have you ever seen the PETA videos?
I have seen PETA videos, yes. Those people don't look happy, now that you mention it. So maybe it's not so bad working for the colony. What are you vigorously looking for?
So are you going to order any of this stuff?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Because. You want to go halvesies on something?
I was just admiring their collection of incredible spreadables.
I actually am a little bit tempted by the whole wheel of cheese. Because I'm like, how long would that last me? It's a lot of cheese.
I'm tempted to call.
Call. Let's call. Well, you go ahead and call. It's not lost on me either. Well, it was lost on me until just a second ago. That the thing that started this whole problem with me is on the cover. The fucking tin of Buckeyes is on the cover.
They look like the best thing that's in the entire catalog.
They probably are. They're presentable.
Definitely look better than the incredible spreadables.
Ask if you can talk to the guy in their videos. What's the time delay to fucking Wisconsin?
Your call may be recorded for quality assurance. To place an order or open your credit account, press 1.
They hit you with that credit right up.
On your billing statement or credit plan, press 2. To check on an existing order or for other questions, press 3. To request a catalog, press 4.
Ooh, request a catalog.
Press 9.
No, don't request a catalog. That'll be,
Please hold.
Are we holding now?
We hit operator.
Is there someone here right now? Does the Swiss Colony operate 24 hours a day? I mean, it's a holiday season.
Thank you for calling Swiss Colony. My name is Kellen. How may I help you?
Hi, Kellen. I am looking at your catalog right now, and I was looking at the Incredible Spreadables and had a few questions for you. So I saw that you have shrimp scampi, shrimp cocktail, lobster delight. Are those do those contain actual shellfish?
Oh my God, he's actually checking.
Do you have the item number of one of those?
You have a gift number. There's a gift number.
Let's see. The AB644 has 3 of them on it.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, Kellen, I feel so bad for you, Kellen. What are you doing to this poor man? You can turn it up a little bit. It's picking up a little, but not a lot. That's all the volume we got. Well, just shove it in there. Yeah. Ellipses. When I said shove it, I just want you to think ellipses. Boy, are they working off of like a Mac
Yes,
2?
the seafood does contain real or natural seafood in it.
Oh, well, I can't have that then for sure. What do you think? Is there a very popular Incredible Spreadable? Is there one that most people want?
Usually, the Incredible Spreadables, you can get them in like sets of 4, 6, or 8. So people usually just mix and match them. Like
Even
the cheddar
ask me if you can get an
squeaked out
odd number of
pretty
them.
good.
Okay.
There's like a vintage and a smoky cheddar.
Ooh.
The shrimp one, you said you can't have it, but that one sells pretty good.
Honey,
Right.
that sounds good.
Vegetable one, that one sells pretty good.
Honey,
Right.
honey.
You
honey.
said 6 or 8?
Yeah, give me an item number for like one of the cheddar.
We only have like,
Let's see what we got here.
honey, we have 5 friends.
The vintage cheddar is AB705.
Patrick will love that. Tell him that Patrick will like it. Does he know Patrick?
Yeah, you can get them in packs of 4, 6, or 8. You can mix and match.
But not 5.
So there's not like a sampler of 5. I know that my friend Patrick would love 5 of these, but I guess I could pick a 6th one.
Yeah, it's only 4, 6, and 8. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay, well,
we're gonna go to the Swedish colony.
I'll have to call back after I've picked my 6th one. Thank you for your time.
No problem. We're open 24 hours, so whenever you're ready, just...
Wow.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Did he say thanks for calling the Swiss colony or anything?
The Swiss colony is open 24 hours? You're telling me that at 3 a.m., there's someone at the Swiss colony ready to tell me about the inspirational name two-tone pendants?
You know what, though, Nathan? That occurs to me. Who has the best clocks in the world?
Swiss.
The Swiss.
Yeah.
The Swiss.
However, as I look through here,
No clocks.
there is nary a clock to be found. There is a wet and dry auto vacuum
Oh.
for $40, $39.99.
Do they have a wet and dry tort?
It does not show that on this page. They do have heated ice scrapers.
Oh, call Kellen back. I want one of those.
They have car air purifiers and
Ooh.
ionizers, which looks like a vape pen. So, I guess this episode is brought to you by the Swiss Colony.
Yeah, this has been a free ad for the Swiss colony.
Swiss Colony.
You're goddamn welcome.
You want shit to put in your face? Swiss Colony.
Swiss colony.
You want to clog yourself up with some cheeses? Swiss Colony. You
Guys-
want to give yourself an early heart attack? Get our beef log, Swiss Colony.
Gnaw on that every morning. You can go to SwissColony.com Or you can call 608-324-6000.
Ask for Kellen.
Ask for Sushi Jackknife.
Yeah. If you go to SwissColony.com/sushi jackknife right now, you will get exactly. Do they have any offers on
promotional? I think there's like an ugly sweater cookie or something.
But like, is there like a sale that they're advertising?
Payments as low as $10 a month.
You'll get payments as low as $10 a month. And you can have $400 credit, courtesy of Justin.
No.
We want to buy everyone here, Buckeyes. Everyone!
I guess fucking like early Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, surely we'll be back before Christmas.
If you write us a 5-star review on iTunes, we will send you something from the... No, we won't.
No,
we won't. The cheapest thing in here is like $13.
Tell you what. You write us a 5-star review on iTunes.
Yeah.
You let us know that you wrote it.
Yeah.
Send us proof of said 5-star review. Yeah. I never see it because I haven't been in iTunes since 2013.
Wow.
That's a guess. I haven't kept track. Just send it to us. We'll look at it. We'll decide what sort of gift you deserve. You'll get something.
Okay. I'm down with this.
Will it be a fresh baked good?
Could it be a spiral sliced ham?
It might be. Maybe some Buckeyes. I'm not even 100% certain how one makes Buckeyes.
Me neither.
It could just, be a pine cone we found out in the yard.
What if we send everyone a section of beef log? Like we buy one beef log, maybe the extra large, and we just the most infinitesimal slice.
Now, when you say a section,
yeah.
Are you cutting it horizontally or vertically?
No, well, I hadn't thought that through.
Like, can we shave off down the long end of the beef log?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
just
asking
a beef log shaving.
A shaving.
We spiral up and mail to them.
That sounds nice. Maybe we form it into a flower sort of shape. I mean, and if you write us a 1-star review, you get the casing.
And there you go.
Because even if you hate us, we still like you.
Everyone gets something. If you write a 1-star, you just get garbage. Ha 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 ha!
That's sushijackknife@gmail.com. Add sushijackknife on Twitter. We haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah, you really should go there.
Badlands Badly for Nathan. At Justin L, as in luscious for me, Croft.
Those are on twitter.com.
That's a thing that people do.
It's our leading source of diplomatic relations nowadays. So go on there, see whether our president is yelling at Kim Jong-un or his own party or Lonzo Ball. Yeah, that's a fun lately one.
Oh boy,
Lonzo Ball.
Yeah,
big baller.
Shot calling. 20-inch rims.
So go see what Donald J. Trump is doing. And then when you have sickened yourself enough with them, go find us on Twitter.
Yeah.
And we can not help make anything better.
We're the sweet anathema to all that. Well, yeah, till next time.
Yeah, Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife.
Yeah.
They sell fucking pancakes, I think.
Wait, pancakes?
Yeah, I know. Let's go burn this catalog. Do you have enough money to kill us now?